This is music, and this is a particularly technical episode of First Impressions. Welcome to another episode of First Impressions. In these videos, I share with you my first impressions of the many CDs I have blind bought over the last couple of years. Today, I only have 4 CDs to talk about because I haven't been able to listen to CDs that much this week, but I managed to get 4 of them in. Let's just get down to business. Up first, this one here, Distrusts No Good Deed Shall Go Unpunished. This is, I would say it's kind of thrash, but also kind of hardcore. It has a quite thrashy sound and guitar tone, but the overall style, I would say, is kind of hardcore. It sounds a bit like an evil version of Propane. So there's some pretty cool riffage, some pretty cool guitar stuff going on. I don't know what they're about lyrically. There are some things that might come across misogynistic, but whether or not it's satire, I don't know. But the music is pretty cool. If you like Propane, if you like that kind of style of hardcore that is quite metallic, you might want to check that one out. Up next, Hyperboreus, Fighting with God. I was just about to say At War with God, but that's not what it's called. It's called Fighting with God. This one, I bought this one in, I think, 21 or something. I saw a video by the Death Doom Metalhead where he described this one as a very challenging listen. So I figured, you know what, I'll take that challenge up. So I bought it, got it in 2021, I think. Haven't been able to listen to it because none of my CD players will play it, because I think it's a CD-R or CD-ROM, maybe even. So I had to open it on my computer and rip that and then play it on my computer. And that's okay, I would say, but it would have been cooler to just pop it into the CD player and play it. Anyways, this is technical death metal. It's Imagine Atheist, Suffocation, Obscura on drugs and some kind of speed, probably. That's what you get here. It's very technical. It is a very challenging listen. There is a lot of kind of jazz fusion influence on this without this sounding jazzy. There is a bit of sort of jazzy stuff every now and then, but it's more like very experimental, very dissonant, very strange song structures. It's very interesting. There's some very good ideas on here, but I think, first of all, I think the drums sound a bit too mechanical. I think they're probably programmed. That kind of disturbs the listening experience a lot to me. I would have preferred a real human drummer who might not be able to play that fast, but who might do some other cool things. Although there are drummers that can play as fast as you hear here, like in Obscura, for example. So that's a bit of a shame. And also there are places where it sounds a bit incomplete, just in terms of the overall kind of sound picture. Very often it sounds like there's some layers missing between the bass and the kind of lead guitar. I would like to have had some more kind of rhythm guitar stuff, perhaps. But this is, it's very promising. I hope these guys are okay because of the bad things that are going on in their neck of the woods. and I would be interested to hear more from these guys. Maybe they can get some more musicians on board, so they can get like a full band, and maybe do some stuff that sounds less mechanistic, and which is maybe because this does come across quite chaotic, but the kind of mechanical nature of the drumming kind of overrides that chaos. Maybe with an organic drummer, the chaos would be more chaotic, if you know what I mean. But very interesting. If you like stuff like Suffocation and Obscura and want it more extreme, then this might be up your alley. So there you go. Up next, God Save the Scene by Tyrannicide. This is a Dive Bomb reissue. The hype sticker says, cult classic crossover for fans of Cryptic, Slaughter, No Mercy, Dr. No, and The Accused. And this one it's a 2-disc affair. So it has God Save the Scene on disc 1, which is an album from 1989. And then one bonus track called Don't Label Me from a release called Complete Death 2 from 1987. So I assume it's some kind of split or comp or something like that. Then on disc 2 you have Heart Like a Machine from 1992. Could be an album, could be an EP. It has 8 tracks. And then Hiding Under White from 1986, which is probably a demo or something like that. So yeah, this is crossover thrash, and you do have a lot of punky hardcore stuff going on, and a lot of just all-out thrash stuff going on. So yeah, part of it is kind of like your standard crossover thrash, which I don't have a problem with at all, obviously. But the thing that's very interesting is that, especially on the God Save the Scene and also Heart Like a Machine, you actually have some almost grungy alternative metal elements going on, some Alice in Chains kind of influence, maybe some influence from grunge, maybe some influence from the Soundgarden. That's what I'm trying to think of, that sort of style. Some maybe mild sludge as well, a little bit of groove. So it's very interesting. I mean, kind of almost like Corrosion of Conformity, kind of the missing link between their crossover style and their later kind of grungy style. Very good stuff, very interesting too. Very enjoyable. Do check this one out. Up last we have Vicious Knights, Alteration Through Possession. This is, to my ears, thrash metal. I think a lot of people have characterized it as blackened thrash, but to me it's more like slightly simpler thrash, but not all out blackened thrash. I think the production is too well defined for it to be blackened thrash, but it's very good stuff. If you like your Teutonic thrash metal from the 80s, early 90s, I think you will enjoy this too. I found it very enjoyable. So that's Vicious Knights. So there you go. 4 of a kind, if by that we mean 4 very different releases. I enjoyed them all. Hyperboreus was a bit challenging, but I knew that. Just a shame with the mechanistic sounding drums, but apart from that, it was a very interesting listen. And if you're up for a challenge, do check it out. For now, thanks for watching.